Well, now more of What's Hot.
Again, we are joined by Tracy Johnson of Temple, Milwaukee, who is definitely not sitting directly to our left, and Jeff Wagner from News Radio 620 WTMJ, who's at his usual spot in the newsroom. Well, a controversial gun shop in West Milwaukee is making a policy change. The Journal-Sentinel reports that Brew City Shooter Supply will no longer turn over the names of people using the range to police. Will instead do their own background checks. This change was made after customers had complained. What do we think of this?
I think this is a good thing. I mean, the gun store was never required to hand over those names in the first place. And I think that what they've shown is that they care about their customers. I mean, their customers didn't want their information to be shared. And I think that it was a good response. I don't think people want taxpayer dollars to be paid to basically do background checks on law-abiding citizens. So I think this is a good thing.
Well, right. This is clearly customer-driven because the customers complain. And you're right, Tracy, there's no obligation to do this. Now, if you buy a firearm, there is an obligation to run the background check. This is just people who wanted to use the shooting range. And I agree. To me, candidly, if somebody's going to be going out to commit a crime, I doubt that they're going to be going down to practice on this particular range. I was thinking about this story yesterday. My allergies are going nuts. I go into the drugstore, and of course, just to buy the pseudoephedrine that works, I have to fill out all sorts of forms and all. And I don't know that that's going to stop stuff because I'm not a methamphetamine dealer. I'm not sure that whether they report or not, it's going to make too much difference.
Do you think the timing of this is a little maybe strange given what happened at the Sikh temple just a week ago?
I mean, right, it is a little bit discordant. I mean, I think that, because I think a lot of people are trying to find, solutions. We're trying to explain why did this thing happen and how can we prevent it. There's the shooting today at Texas A&M. People are out there trying to figure out explanations, and I understand why it might be jarring. I'm not sure it makes that much difference one way or the other, though.
But you're catching these people after the fact. I am sure, 100% sure, 99.9% sure these people would have never been flagged because they're not going to go to the shooting range and they're not going to be picked up. So I agree. I think it's customer driven. I think it's a good decision. He's taking even more responsibility.
Okay, last topic.
All right. Well, now that the London Olympics are over, we're looking forward to 2016 in Rio de Janeiro. After that, it's the 2020 Summer Games, and the location hasn't been selected yet, but there are 3 cities competing: Madrid, Tokyo, and Istanbul. What are your thoughts on these?
Madrid.
I'm with
Madrid,
you.
huh? Let's rock Madrid. Wouldn't that be great?
It is one of the coolest cities in the world. I mean, who wouldn't love Madrid? But I completely understand the committee's concern about the economics of it. If you look at London, they were budgeting something like a $5 billion infrastructure plan, and it came out to be something like $15 billion. Spain is in no condition to take on these expenses.
And Istanbul is trying to get a soccer, like the FIFA soccer tournament for the same year, which the Olympic Committee will have none of. So they're going to have to choose one or the other, and soccer is actually bigger in Istanbul than this. So it'd probably be Madrid or Tokyo.
Right. And Tokyo had them in '64. So there's a question. I mean, now that's a long time ago, but there's the question: do you go back there again? They would all be cool. There's no question about it. But if I had to vote, Madrid.
I would love Madrid. Well, the other thing about Tokyo, too, is that it was just, hit with the tsunami. I mean, it would be a great way to get back on the international spotlight, bring some tourism back.
Okay, but here's the thing. Remember we were talking about this Friday, Steve? I mean, there was the talk about, Milwaukee 2024.
Rhinelander 2024.
Absolutely, Bob Uecker lighting the cauldron, get Lambeau Field in mind. I mean, I guess we didn't make one of the 3 finalists.
Yeah.
Madrid,
but that's a new
Milwaukee.
sport. That's a new sport, right? The Hodag Roundup. I think that's a 2020 new sport.
Madrid, Milwaukee. Madrid, Milwaukee.
We're out of time. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you both.